What's up, everybody? My name's Matt DeSantos. I'm a salesman here at Lester Glenn Hyundai in Toms River, New Jersey. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about the 2025 Palisade and what makes it stand out over its competitors. All right, let's start under the hood. I'll show you what the Palisade sports under here. Now this is awesome too because you don't have to have that thing come up under, it just automatically stays up with that suspension. So under the hood, we have a 3.8 liter V6 engine with 291 horsepower. Now this is the only Hyundai that has the V6 engine, so it gives you that power, gives you that torque. And while I got the hood open, I want to talk a little bit about the warranty because that's something that really sets Hyundai apart from all its competitors. So the engine and the transmission is covered 10 years, 100,000 miles on the warranty. That's a decade of peace of mind while you're driving this vehicle. Also, all the electrical components, and 2025, guys, there's a lot of electrical components on this car. All the electrical components and all your non-wearables like your heater, your air conditioning is covered 5-year, 60,000 miles. So even more peace of mind for you. They also sprinkle in what no other competitor does, a 5-year unlimited mile roadside assistance. It's 24/7, so if you're ever in a bind or a bunch and you get a flat tire or you need a tow or something happens where you need a roadside assistance, it's 24 hours, you call Hyundai, it's called Hyundai Assurance, they have your back. Oh, and last but not least, as if that wasn't crazy enough for America's best warranty, 3-year, 36,000 mile complimentary maintenance. So your first 3 oil changes and tire rotations aren't coming out of your wallet, they're coming out of Hyundai's wallet. All right, now you just saw the size of that engine. One of the things, of the many things that sets Hyundai apart is their safety. Hyundai designs the safest vehicles on the road. And one of the things that I'm going to teach you right now, I'll bet you didn't know. Hyundai has what's called an impact zone. So the front of the car here with that engine, what happens a lot of times in collision accidents, especially if it's front on, is that engine will come in towards the driver's seat and crush your lap. Serious injury, maybe even worse. Hyundai has a mechanism where the engine is designed to drop. So the impact zone, it's almost like how a phone case or a phone screen protector covers the screen. It's meant to take the brunt of the force to protect the screen. So when that engine drops down, this impact zone right here crunches in. So the vehicle takes the impact, but you don't. All right, so let's take a look at the wheels. Now these wheels are specific to the calligraphy model only. They got this blacked out, decked out, fancy rim, but the Palisade sports an 18-inch to 20-inch alloy wheel. And it's meant for comfort while you're driving and smooth. This will give you the smoothest ride you're ever going to experience. These wheels are meant for terrain, and this specific model is all-wheel drive. It also comes with a front-wheel drive option, but the all-wheel drive gives you that extra safety in slick conditions or icy roads or snowy weather. These wheels are going to give you one of the smoothest rides you'll ever feel. All right, now as we come around to the back, one thing that I want to point out, the taillights and the headlights up front, LED. So it gives you better visibility, especially in cloudy or foggy conditions. So not only can you see the other driver better, but they can see you better as well. Now it's going to give you better visibility in the rear, where if someone's coming in and it's foggy conditions, they're really going to be able to see those lights stand out. And from the front, you have what's called auto dimming high beams. So when the road is dark and you need brighter vision, it's actually going to be automatic when those high beams come on. And if another driver is coming in, they'll automatically dim. The vehicle will do it by itself, so you can have your focus where it needs to be, which is on the road. All right, now the Palisade, from the SEL all the way up to the calligraphy, which is the highest model, this is the model I'm showing you, has a power liftgate. And that's one of the things that makes Hyundai stand out above its competitors as well, is the value for your money. Hyundai packs so much features into their cars like power liftgate, power seats, lane assist, blind spot, heated seats. Whereas with competitors, you got to pay more money to go up to those things. So you definitely get more bang for your buck when it comes to Hyundai. But a cool thing that I want to show you is you can actually adjust the height of how high this opens. So if you have a garage, or depending on your height, you could bring this down here, and there's this button right here. If you just hold this down for about 4 seconds, it'll beep twice. And now the next time this lifts, it's going to stop to the height you set it at. Now another thing, this has what's called smart liftgate. Now I know you've heard of things where you wave your foot under the car and it's like magic, it just pops right up. But the problem with that is if you have heavy bags or something, you're off balance, and somebody with bad knees or whatever the case may be, that's not necessarily the safest thing in the world. So Hyundai designed it to where when you have the key fob, which I have in my pocket, and you're standing at the car, there is a sensor where the liftgate will sense that key fob and automatically lift. So I want to show you now the height we set it at, and it's going to stop right there. And there's several different settings once we get to the infotainment system as well. But I think it's easier just while you're right here, you can adjust the setting and not have to worry about it. So now while I got the liftgate open, I want to show you a little bit about the space inside. So now this is with all 3 rows up. So this is the 7-seater. I want to show you how you can actually, from right here, this button panel, you can control the 3rd row and the 2nd row. Now this is limited and calligraphy specific. So in the SEL and the XRT, you're going to have a string right here, and you're going to pull the string and it's going to go down just like any other seat. But for one row right here, I want to show you this. So with this 3rd row, it will go all the way flat. But the cool thing is Hyundai designed this vehicle for comfort for every level of passenger. So if you want to recline the seat for extra comfort, you can just hit this button here and that seat will actually go back, and you can access that from the handle in here in the back as well. But just extra comfort for the 3rd row. Not a lot of room sometimes in these 3rd row vehicles. This gives you that little bit of extra space for extra comfort. And I want to show you what the space is when everything is flat, in case you don't need the 3rd row. All right, so say you're doing a grocery haul, or you're going to Costco, or you have a beach day and you have beach chairs and umbrellas and towels you want to put back here. This gives you tons of space when that 3rd row is down, and it's nice and flat, so you can fit more stuff in there. And underneath here too is another compartment. Now of course you got the jack that the car comes with, and the spare tire is underneath the car. But you have a nice layer of space right here where you could keep extra things just for a little extra storage. So as you can see, with the 3rd row down, it gives you more space for whatever you need it for. But the 2nd row goes down as well. With this button right here, everything is accessible right back here for user-friendly. You just press this button down, and those seats will also lay flat. Now look at the room you have here. Oh, you guys are still here. So all jokes aside, if you are planning a camping trip or whatever, you can actually get an air mattress in here. Follow me around. Don't be shy. Come on. If you look right here, there is a port where you can plug in the air mattress, and that air mattress will fit perfectly right here. And we'll talk about this in a minute, but you also have dual pane sunroof. So romantic beach under the stars. I'm just giving you guys date ideas. Thank me later. All right, we're in the 2nd row now, guys. So this is one cool thing I wanted to show you. There's actually USB-C chargers in your passenger seat and your driver's seat for the 2nd row passengers. Now, if you have kids on a long road trip and you want them to have their phones, or they're watching their videos on their iPads or whatever, you don't want them to die, because then you're gonna get the "are we there yet?" So plug them in right here. You don't have to ever worry about that. And the cool thing is, like the front, these seats are also heated and air conditioned, and you have your temperature control back here for your passengers as well. And if you look up here, these are your air vents. It's almost like an airplane. Hey, we're in the driver's seat now. Not quite right for me though, but that's okay. Let's check this out down here. The Palisade has obviously the power seat that goes forward and back, and it reclines and declines. But what you didn't know is that it has lumbar support. So this feature right here When you push it, it'll actually adjust the seat to where if you have back problems, shoulder pain, neck pain, you can adjust this to your comfort level so you can drive with comfort. Now, for me, I would say it's right about there. How am I going to remember that, though? Oh, wait, we got seat memory. So all you have to do is you hit set, driver 1, and now my settings are saved. Now, what does that do? That's going to save the seat position. It's also going to save the mirror position and the steering wheel position as well. There's driver 1 and driver 2. So if somebody else is driving, they can adjust it to their comfort level. Hyundai designs their vehicles for comfort. So the driver, passenger, everybody is comfortable. Now, the steering wheel. We can adjust this down, up, in, and out. So again, whatever your comfort level is with the steering wheel, however it is you want to drive, everything is customizable to you, which gives you the best driving experience. Now, we're in the car. Let's talk about the infotainment system. 12.3-inch screen. And one thing with Hyundai, fun fact for you guys, Hyundai is actually Korean for the word modern or modernized. So Hyundai always has the most modern, innovative technology. They're going to be the first. They're not keeping up with everybody else in the race. They're laps ahead of them. So we have the navigation here. You can see how big the navigation is. You can also click this little area right here and you can do the split screen. And this can program to your Sirius radio. This can program to the weather. You can program to really whatever you customize it to program it to. Now to get that down, we just do that. So the cool thing with the navigation is now the navigation comes with the SEL Premium, the Calligraphy, and the Calligraphy Night Edition. But every Palisade has connectivity with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So all you do is you have your phone right here. We have our wireless charger in this bay right here. You hook up your USB cable and your phone will project. Let me show you where this is. You go right here into your device connections. Once you connect your Bluetooth and everything, you go here into your phone projection and your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto will connect here so you can see whatever map you like to use. I like to use Waze. You can use your Spotify music. It'll even show up text messages. And while you're driving, you can even have it read your text messages to you and respond so you don't have to look at your phone. So now while you're here on the map, if you just click right here where it says nav, you could actually see your saved places, your favorite places. And the cool thing is you can actually go to nearby points of interest and you have gas stations, parking, cafes, fast food, hospitals, hotels, ATMs, my God, it goes on, police stations, community, roadside assistance. Click here for cafes. It's going to bring up every nearby place where you can get coffee. You click here for fast food. Bam! All your fast food places come up. Now, this comes in handy on road trips where you're in an area where you're not quite familiar where things are. You click by, let's say you're on a 5-hour road trip, everybody's hungry, somebody has to use the restroom, it happens all the time. You click for your nearby POIs and it will guide you where you need to go. So again, comfort and user friendly. Now from here, we go into setup. Now all the features this car has, and I mean forward collision avoidance assist, rear collision avoidance assist, blind spot detection, and check this out right here. When you have your blinker on, you're going to see a camera come up to give you full blind spot view. So you want to talk about peace of mind. When you're driving, especially on a long car trip, not only do you have the detection, but you also have the monitor so you can clearly see and be safe when changing lanes, getting off an exit, or whatever the case may be. But all the safety features you see in this car, if we just click into the vehicle, you're going to see them pop up right here in driver assistance. Now let's click driver safety. Here you're going to be able to not only see, but customize however it is you're comfortable driving. If you don't want your forward safety, you can toggle it off. If you don't want your lane safety, which keeps you centered in the lane so you can't swerve in and out of lanes, you can turn it off. your blind spot monitor, you can turn it off. All of this you can toggle on and off to customize it to your driving comfort level. Now, if you look down here, it'll say head-up display. Now, this is calligraphy specific, so the calligraphy and the calligraphy night edition. But what it'll do is it'll have a hologram right here that while you're driving, now the passenger can't see it and your rear passengers can't see it, but the driver can, and it'll show you how fast you're going. But not only that, it'll also show your speed limit in your area, and it'll also come up with street signs like stop signs approaching, crosswalks approaching. So what does this do? It keeps your attention on the road where it needs to be. It only takes a fraction of a second to look down and look back up, and all of a sudden, traffic is coming to a screeching halt, and you have to respond, which you don't have to worry about because forward collision avoidance assist. But this keeps your attention on the road. You, your family, and your passengers have peace of mind and a safe trip. All right, now, the Palisade has 5 different drive modes that I want to go over with you. You have your comfort mode, which is just your normal everyday drive. You have your economy friendly, and if you notice, the cluster here will change the design as you go through these drive modes to let you know which drive mode you're in. Sport mode is red, comfort is blue, eco is like a greenish teal. So your eco, economy friendly, it's going to be best for your fuel savings. Then you have your snow mode. Now this is going to be used when icy roads, in the snow, better traction, better control of the vehicle, and you pair that with the all-wheel drive wheel lock, which will show up right here to give you ultimate control of the vehicle in not so safe hazardous conditions. But the one I want to talk about most is your smart drive. Your car, the Palisade, will actually recognize your driving patterns when you're driving on the parkway, when you're driving in the city, when you're driving in town, and it will automatically adjust to eco, to comfort, to sport, based on your driving habits. So you don't have to worry about toggling between the different drive modes when you're merging on a parkway, for instance, or when you're trying to save some fuel, because the car will memorize your driving habits and implement them in smart mode. So again, focus on the road, you're safe, passengers are safe, ultimate driving comfort, ultimate driving experience. You can't beat smart mode. All right, on a long road trip or on the parkway, you want to use your cruise control. Well, the Palisade has smart adaptive cruise control. This button right here. Now you could set this before you start driving. All you have to do is hold that down, and then you could actually adjust your speed from here. If you hold it down, it'll go in increments of 5. So let's say you want to go on 65 speed limit. Once you hit 65, that is when the cruise control will kick in. Or while you're driving, you could simply just tap it and it'll lock in the speed you're at. Now, the adaptive cruise control, the car in front of you starts to slow down, the car will start to slow down with it. It adapts to your driving habits. It's smart highway mode. So if the car in front of you is slowing down, you don't have to worry about, oh, cruise control's on, let me hit the brake. The car will automatically do that for you. You could toggle on and off your speed, and while you're driving, as the car starts slowing down, you could simply hit this button to go back up to speed, and the car will correspond with what you put in. Now, along with the adaptive cruise control, along with the lane assist, we also have steering assist. Steering assist, when you're going around a curved road, you can actually take your hands off the wheel, and the car will guide itself along the road in assistance with the lane assist. So it's almost like driving, look, Ma, no hands. It gives you just an incredible feeling of, wow, this car really does have my back. I feel safe in this car. Are you going to drive without your hands on the wheels? No. But just knowing that you have that safety where forward collision avoidance assist, adaptive cruise control, it'll automatically start to slow down with the car in front of you. And it hugs the lanes, so you don't have to worry about swerving. It just gives you such an incredible feeling while you're driving, and really that's all anybody can ask for. Let's talk about the rear view mirror. I mean, it's just a rear view mirror. Or is it? If you toggle this forward, it's actually a camera. So while you're driving, you can see everything that's going on behind you. It just gives you a more intuitive feel of the road while you're driving, especially on the parkway. Somebody's driving a little too close in rush hour traffic. It just gives you a better feeling and surround of your car. You could toggle it off just by switching this. And of course, the Palisade calligraphy comes with home link as well. So if you have a garage, you could link your garage, and then you just hit these buttons here and your garage will correspond with the home link mirror. Also, the mirror is auto dimming, so in bright conditions versus night conditions, it'll automatically adjust to the light that you need it to adjust to. Now, I want you to imagine yourself in a parking garage or a busy beach day and you're parallel parked. With this car, you don't have to worry about your surroundings or am I too close, am I too far? Because with just a touch of this button, you can access your backup camera. Check this out, first of all. You get a full overhead view of the car. You can see everything going on around you. Of course, you got your normal backup camera with your parking assistance lines. But here's where it stands out over its competitors. We have a fully panoramic view of everything going on around your car. A squirrel, a person, a bike, no matter what it is, you have full peace of mind knowing if you're going to be moving or backing up or whatever the case may be, you know that you are safe to do so. Another awesome feature of the Palisade, among all the rest of them, we have a dual pane sunroof. So it's not panoramic. The driver has their sunroof and the rear passengers have their sunroof as well. Now the rear sunroof doesn't open all the way, but it does give you a clear view. It's less claustrophobic in the car. And on a nice drive, you can see and look up and see the sky. Or like I said earlier, air mattress, beach, stars. Again, sprinkling in advice for you guys. Now, I showed you guys the power lift gate earlier, but from the driver's seat, you have this button right here, where if you press and hold this, you're gonna have access to not only opening the lift gate, but also by pressing and holding it again, it's going to close the lift gate. So it just gives you more control over the vehicle. Something you don't have to worry about if power lift gate is up. Oh no, I got to get out of my car. I got to close it. No, you don't. You just got this button right here for your convenience. All right, so with the Palisade, calligraphy and limited and SEL premium, so 3 trims that have this. The driver and the passenger, you have your dual temperature climate control. So if you want to be cold, they want to be hot, or vice versa. But you also have your heated seats, your air conditioned seats, and your heated steering wheel. Not just for you guys though, but the second row also has heated and air conditioned seats. And the third row has heated seats. Not a lot of competitors can say they do that. Now let's say it's a winter day, you're in your house, your car is going to be cold. Not to worry, because you have remote start from the key fob. All you have to do is press the lock button twice. You hold the arrow button down and your car will start. Now it's going to remember all the settings that you had on. So your heated seats, the temperature that you had your car set to, all of that is going to be remembered. But what makes Hyundai stand out above all of its competitors is something called BlueLink. Now, BlueLink is an app that you can download on your phone where you can start your car from your phone. You can turn your heat and your AC on from your phone, your heated seats or your air-conditioned seats from your phone. You can sound the alarm. You can flash the lights in case you don't remember where you parked. But what really sets it apart is it's complimentary for the entire ownership of the car. There's no monthly subscription. When you get a new Hyundai, and this isn't just Palisade, but let's talk about the Palisade. It is complimentary for the life of the car. Now I want to talk a little bit about the design of the Palisade. We got the blacked out grille here. A lot of the features come with, oh, no. Gotcha. Just kidding. I'm just using the parking assist. That's all. Right here on the key fob. You can move the car forward. You can move the car back like so. And there's sensors on the front and the back where you don't have to worry about it backing up. You just hold this button down on the key fob As long as you're holding it down, it's going to move. If there's an obstruction in the way, the car is a smart car. It's going to stop before it comes into a collision. I got you though, don't lie. Now, the Palisade, regardless of trim level, has the capability of towing up to 5,000 pounds. Now, this has a Class 2 tow hitch. They don't all come with a tow hitch. Some of them have them, some of them don't. It's not trim specific, but you can get a tow hitch package added to any Palisade. And like I said, yeah, 5,000 pounds. So if you have a small boat, jet ski, or maybe some camping equipment, you want to go on a nice road trip, you don't have to worry about renting a truck or anything like that. It has plenty of capabilities to do the job. Matt, there's so much to know about this car. There's so much technology. How am I ever going to remember that? I know you're going to teach me, but I'm not going to remember that. Not to worry. You have a QR code on your car right here. You can scan this with your smartphone. It'll show up video how-to guides. You could type in something if you're not sure. It's going to explain everything. As a sales professional, whenever I sell a car, I make sure I explain everything I can to my customer. Are you going to retain everything? No, you're not. There's a lot to know about these cars. It's 2025. There's a lot of technology, infotainment. There's a lot of stuff. But you don't have to worry because this QR code is always going to be there. You could scan it anytime you want. Any questions you have, it's going to be answered. Peace of mind. So again, my name's Matt DeSantos. I'm down here at Lester Glenn Hyundai in Toms River. Hopefully I taught you a little more about the 2025 Palisade and the value that Hyundai packs into their vehicles with the features and the technology. You really can get the car you came in for and get the features you want without having to perform CPR on your wallet.
Experience the way car buying should be.
Experience Lester Glenn.